I know, but she's
All
not
good?
here
Excellent.
now for a vote.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our rescheduled Wednesday, January 10th, 2024 regular meeting of the Riverhead Board of Education. Just going to take a brief roll call. Mr. Wallace? Present. Ms. Healy? Present. Mr. Scudder? Ms. Redmond?
Action comment?
And Mr. Connolly and Ms. Murphy are absent. Can I have a motion to accept letter C in our procedural section? Upon the recommendation of the interim superintendent of schools, the Board of Education hereby appoints Rodney Parrish as the deputy district clerk for the remainder of the 2023-2024 school year, effective immediately. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Scudder. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion passes. Can I have a motion to enter into executive session to discuss the employment of a particular person? Motion, thank you, Ms. Healy. Can I have a second? Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. We'll be back out at around 7 o'clock.
Now, this one was,
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our January 10th rescheduled Board of Education meeting. Can I have a motion to re-enter into public session? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Would you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Colors. Ready, cut. Right. Base. Forward. March.
Thank you. So we're going to move on to our superintendent's report, and we're going to begin with recognition of a student. Oh, sorry.
Can we just like lower those lights?
We went from one extreme to the next.
now we have two. That's a bright light. Can we bring it down a little bit? It's too bright. Oh, it does. Oh, okay. So,
Perfect. Great. So we just have, we're going to start off with recognition for some student achievements. Ms. Penisic?
Yes, it's usually the most favorable part of our board meeting when we get to recognize our students and staff. And I would like to introduce Principal Sean O'Hara and also Jason Rodkamp, who will be presenting to one of our fine arts students. So thank you.
All right, that's better. So this evening, we would just like to congratulate and acknowledge Emma Acratelli for the incredible work she put into making her short film, Cons of Collecting Dust. Emma participated in the New York Long Island Film Festival in October of last year and was the recipient of 3 awards: Best Animation, Best Micro Short, and the Spirit of the New York Long Island Film Festival Award. This is an enormous accomplishment, and we are very excited for what the future holds. Congratulations, Emma.
Probably over here. They really need to do some of this, like.
Emma, Colin, Emma, if you want to leave, honey, you can, or you're welcome to stay, because we know you get up really early in the morning. Okay. Yes, we're this is here.
This is Jeffy.
Do we have
He had it inside.
Oh, yeah, it's in the other room.
Gule's background. How are you? I owe you a hug. I'll get this. That was some hustle. Good exercise.
The tenure recognition. Yeah, let's move on. We're going to move on to, actually, can move on to public comment on agenda items. Do we have any comments on the agenda? So just consent agenda, old business or new business? Any online comments? Seeing none. If we move on to consent agenda, can I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? And motion passes. All right, so there were a few things that we voted on as part of that consent agenda, which we would like to recognize. We'd like to move on to first to tenure recognition. I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Gerner.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Palmer. Okay, this is always so exciting. And so our first tenure recognition this evening is Callan Lonergan. So Callan, if you could stand, I'd like to say a few nice things about you. Callan, it feels like yesterday when you came in for your final interview, and I don't even think you took your coat off. Do you remember? And she wowed the crowd, and so it gives me great pleasure to be with you tonight to celebrate your tenure appointment. You are, an active listener to all. You're a creative problem solver. You have just brought such light and love to our students, faculty, staff, and families. So I want to thank you for all that you've done in regard to, educating the whole child responsively and through restorative practices. So congratulations to you. I wish you all the very best on your journey here in the Riverhead School District.
Yeah, right there. It's amazing.
Thanks, Cal.
Congratulations. Okay, the next tenure appointment is for Mr. Laffey. Could you stand, Mike? Are you here? Okay, good. So, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Yeah. So congratulations. We want to thank you for encouraging our students to think deeply and critically and independently through your tenure in the Riverhead Central School District. You have brought great joy to our students, and we wish you the very best on the rest of your journey in this wonderful field of education. So congratulations, Mike.
And piggybacking kind of off of the recognition of those who are growing at their time in Riverhead, we just want to recognize a couple people who've been integral to the success of the entire Riverhead Central School District, who will be leaving Riverhead, unfortunately. I'm going to start with Ms. Pedicic.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer. We would like to take a moment to recognize Arlene Dorkowski. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name, I apologize. Okay, it's a tough one. A valued employee of our district who has dedicated 17 years of service, and we reflect fondly on her many contributions. She has made an often difficult position appear easy. Her ability to handle numerous issues with good judgment, balance, and grace have distinguished her as an inimitable professional. Her knowledge and expertise are acknowledged, and we have enjoyed and valued the opportunity to work with her. I believe I speak on behalf of all of us in stating that she will be sorely missed. Arlene will be taking a position at Eastern Suffolk BOCES and in the area of human resources, and we know that she will continue to meet with incredible success. So Arlene, thank you for your time here in Riverhead. This is a little awkward to set up. Yeah, no, I'm good. Thanks.
We also want to recognize someone who has been working right alongside the Board of Education for many years. Lisa, our district clerk, she's been with Riverhead for 24 years and has just moved on with the West Hampton Beach School District. Lisa, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you for the past 2.5 years. We take this time to honor and acknowledge your dedication and efforts on behalf of our district. We appreciate the knowledge and expertise you've brought to the various positions you've held in the district, and particularly to your role as district clerk. We also want to acknowledge that Lisa has graciously agreed to serve as a consultant and provide training and support to our own Rodney Parrish, our acting district clerk and now deputy district clerk, as well as to our incoming district clerk when that individual is hired. We wish you all the best in your new position, and you're truly going to be missed, but you'll always be a Riverhead person. So we're going to move on to new business. Letter A is approval of acting district clerk. And this is for our deputy district clerk, Rodney, to become acting district clerk. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
This is, so he,
Okay, good stuff.
at the beginning of our meeting, when we first started, we made Rodney our
Acting.
deputy, and so now he's acting as acting district clerk. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Healy. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion passes. Letter B is, Letter B is approval of appointment for a DASA coordinator. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I have a second? Second. Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter C, amendment to appointment of impartial hearing officers. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Scudder. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter D, approval of change in title of position for William Galati. This is going to make Dr. Galati is going to move from executive director for secondary education grants and student outcomes to assistant superintendent of secondary education grants and student outcomes. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Healy. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No, but congratulations.
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 All in favor? And motion carries. Letter E, approval of amendment to employment agreement for William Galati. Can I have a motion to accept? Thank you, Mr. Scudder. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter F, approval of amendment to employment agreement for Marianne Cardesano. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter G, approval of employment agreement for Lori Kerner. Can I have a motion to accept? Thank you, Mr. Scudder. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter H, approval of new position of Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Can I have any comments or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter I, approval of consultant agreement. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Healy. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter J, approval of intermunicipal agreement for fueling with the Riverhead Fire Department. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter K, approval of contract assignment. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Healy. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter L, approval of new proposed courses for Riverhead High School for 2024-2025 school year. This includes AP Environmental Science, Historical Fiction, Poetry and Life, Introduction to Film, Supernatural and Science Fiction, Digital Film 2-3, Advanced Creative Crafts, Open Studio, AP Research for the year 2 of AP Capstone, and Adventure Ed. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Scudder. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter M, approval of facilities use form, revised December 15th, 2020, should be revised December 2023. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter N, approval of first reading of new and revised board policies. This is for policies, video conferencing of board meetings, homebound instruction, purchasing for Riverhead Central School District, purchasing regulation for Riverhead Central School District, free and reduced price meal services, artificial intelligence, and conditional appointment and emergency conditional appointment for student safety. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I have a second? Second. Thank you, Mr. Scudder. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. Letter O, approval of third and final reading of new and revised board policies. We have sexual harassment in the workplace, relationship with booster organizations, programs for students with disabilities, confidentiality and access to individualized education programs, individualized education services programs and services plans, field trips and excursions, online distance and remote learning, school ceremonies, student religious expression, homeless children and regulation, student personal expression, electronic signatures, naming facilities, pandemic planning, unsafe school transfer choice, transportation for non-public school students, and employee religious expression. Can I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries. March 9th to 11th?
Yes.
Perfect. And then finally, letter P, approval of field trips. For this, we have a field trip for NJROTC students to participate in the marksmanship competition in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania on January 6th, 2024, and for 4 students to attend the Puerto Rican Hispanic Leadership Institute in Albany, New York, March 9th through 11th, at no cost to the district. Can I have a motion to accept those 2 field trips?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Healy. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Good luck.
Yeah, have fun.
This field trip was changed.
Oh, that one's changed. Oh, sorry. My apologies. The NJROTC competition has been changed to March rather than January of this month. So that has passed. All in favor? And motion carries. Do we have any board committee reports for today's meeting? Seeing none, do we have any board remarks?
Prior to the holiday break, many of us had the occasion to attend the various holiday concerts across the district, and we are, as ever, in awe of the talent demonstrated by our students across the board. And it was an absolute pleasure to see our students perform and to be at such wonderful community events. So thank you, and we look forward to more
Yes, absolutely.
productions and concerts. That's the fun part.
Yes.
I'd like to recognize, you may have noticed in the agenda previously, was a creation of a new position for an assistant superintendent for human resources. And Ms. Pedicic would like to make a statement.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Palmer. When I came on board in October, one of my initial goals was to look at the central office administration structure of the district and to ascertain if we were operating in the most cost-effective and efficient manner. One area that was apparent was the bifurcation of the human resources function between instructional and non-instructional staff. Instructional human resources was under the purview of Dr. Lori Kerner, and non-instructional human resources was the responsibility of Ms. Arlene Derklaus. Can you pronounce your name for me? Derkowski. Thank you. I appreciate that. With Arlene's acceptance of a position at Eastern Suffolk BOCES, we all wish Arlene the very best in her new position. We had the opportunity to create a single human resources function in the district. On January 16th, Dr. Vincent Molieri, recently retired from the Plainview Old Bethpage School District and who has extensive human resources experience, will join us as the interim assistant superintendent for human resources. Arlene will be with us until January 22nd, allowing for a smooth transition and a consolidation of the human resources function. It is important to note we will not be adding a new position, but simply consolidating the function of human resources into one office. I'd like to take an opportunity to recognize Dr. Molieri, who's in the audience here, and congratulate him. Related to this action, Dr. Kerner will now be 100% dedicated to elementary education and district-wide educational support services. This change recognizes Dr. Kerner's extensive expertise and passion, especially in the area of elementary literacy, and oversight will now be fully focused on elementary educational services K through 6, pre-kindergarten, SEL, ENL, community outreach, and registration. Her new title, Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Education and Educational Services, reflects this new assignment of responsibilities for her office and reflects her knowledge and mastery in this area. Her tenure remains unchanged. A final step we have taken in this reorganization of our central administration team is recognizing the invaluable contributions of Dr. William Galati that he has made to our district in the past 3 years. Effective tomorrow, actually effective today, January 10th, Dr. Galati's title is now Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education, Grants, and Student Outcomes. I am excited to see these changes implemented. We believe these steps will best take advantage of each of these individuals' knowledge, expertise, and professional passions in a way that best serve our students, staff, and school community, and ensure the quality of the district's educational programs and services, both short and long-term. I would like to thank and acknowledge the support of the board, my colleagues, district, and community as we work in collaboration to address the needs of our students and provide the requisite support and talents that these individuals will bring about in bringing about positive and meaningful change. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pesic. And we'd like to welcome you, Dr. Miliari, to Riverhead and look forward to working together in the future. Seeing no other board comments, we're going to move on to opportunity for RCFA.
Good evening, Jen Simoes, RCFA Vice President. I'd like to just start by congratulating Michael Laffey on receiving tenure tonight. Congratulations and welcome for the long term. There is much research about the benefits of students who attend pre-K. These children show increased academic readiness skills, better social skills, and disciplinary records, along with higher high school graduation rates. There is, however, one main factor that defines the long-term success of those students, and that is the level of support that the pre-K program receives. So I would like to say thank you to the Board of Education for its commitment and support of the Riverhead pre-K program that was started this year. And I also want to thank our district office leaders who have ensured that the program has been integrated pretty seamlessly into our school district this year, and that also that the RCFA members that are responsible for teaching our littlest Blue Waves have the support that they need. So thank you very much for that. And I'm going to yield the rest of our RCFA time tonight to the amazing pre-K team who's here, so that they can share with all of you some of the really amazing things that are happening in their pre-K classrooms.
Thank you, Ms. Simone.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to introduce you to our team of UPK teachers first. Ms. Doria Giacondino, Mrs. Natasha Marafino, and Mrs. Patricia Visa, and myself, Faith Bolanich, known as Ms. Mercaldo in the classroom. I would also like to thank the RCFA for allowing us this time to present the district's UPK program. We are so excited to share this with all of you tonight. Before we begin, we would like to thank also some other people who support us and this program. to work with us on a daily basis. First of all, our tireless aides in our classrooms. Dr. Hudson, our principal, Miss Allison Conroy, our assistant principal, the secretarial staff at Phillips Avenue, the security staff, our custodial staff and nurses, which they're very busy on a daily basis, our pre-K social worker, Christine Powers, Miss Doniger, Chris Amato, Mr. Hines, Miss Perez, Miss Ruggles, our transportation department, our very patient kitchen staff, who constantly hears, "More milk, please," and all our special area teachers. The Riverhead Phillips Avenue UPK has held to the philosophy that children learn best through play. Our curriculum has included movement, gross and fine motor, singing, dancing, socializing, STEM, and STEAM. Our UPK team worked on creating the curriculum this past summer, and we have collaborated together with ideas to enrich the UPK curriculum on a weekly basis. The students are on their way to kindergarten because of this. We also have had tremendous support from Dr. Kerner, and the UPK team has also developed a progress report following the New York State standards for pre-K with the help of Ms. Michelson. One important benefit of having a UPK district program is the ability to identify and intervene early with students who might be having some difficulty with a particular area of learning. The Phillips Avenue UPK presently consists of 72 little ones. They attend specials throughout the week. Most arrive on the buses at 9:20 a.m. and depart with their classmates at 3:40 p.m. A very long day, but it is filled with numerous activities and play that address all learners. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and the following PowerPoint presentation will exhibit what has been taking place at the Riverhead School District's Phillips Avenue UPK. Please sit back and enjoy as much as your UPK team has enjoyed watching our children grow and thrive thus far. Come ride the pre-K wave with us.
Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in
And thank you for everything you're doing for the students of the UPK program at Phillips. We'll now move on to opportunity for RAA comment.
Hello, everyone. Jason Rockham, co-president of the Riverhead Administrators Association. Hello again. We'd just like to talk about a couple of things we have going on. First of all, congratulations to Callan Lonigan on her tenure. And a big thank you and congratulations to our team at Phillips Avenue for supporting this amazing pre-K program. Dr. Stephen Hudson, Allison Conroy have played an integral role in supporting this program, and congratulations to all of the teachers and staff involved for their amazing collaboration and work within the building. Okay, at Riverhead High School, student scheduling for next school year has started, and guidance counselors are in the process of meeting with students and creating course selections for next year's schedules. On February 7th, 10th, and 11th grade students will have the opportunity to take a field trip to BOCES to learn about the OCC-Ed programs available at the Riverhead and Bellport campuses. At Riverhead Middle School, students will be participating in a Protect the Pin tournament sponsored by student government and the Leaders Club. This event is taking place between the end of Winter 1 sports and the beginning of Winter 2 sports in an attempt to maximize student participation. This Thursday, Ms. Marion Blumenthal-Lazan will be speaking with 8th grade students. Ms. Blumenthal is a Holocaust survivor who lives on Long Island and travels the country sharing her story. She will be returning February 13th to speak with the 7th grade students. Dr. Pescara will be hosting a Pastries with the Principal event on Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. in the Riverhead Middle School Library. Family members can come have an open discussion about any questions, concerns, or ideas they might like to share. Pulaski Street. Pulaski is proud to share that they have moved up 2 designations with regards to the New York State Preliminary Accountability Status. They have moved from a CSI to an LSI school. This is because of the amazing staff and their powerful work with students. Pulaski Street will continue supporting their PBIS initiative, Pulaski Pride Theme. It has been a mission at Pulaski to continue to strive for academic excellence and social and emotional well-being for all of their students. In Aquabog, the Aquabog School is excited to continue its partnership with the Suffolk County Sheriff's Office through the McGruff Anti-Bullying Program for first graders. Deputies from the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department will visit for 3 sessions to teach students how to recognize and prevent bullying and how to be safe in their community. The program will end with a visit from Detective McGruff himself. At Riley Avenue, ENL Family Night is coming up on Thursday, January 11th. This event offers parents the opportunity to meet administrators and ENL teachers. Community organizations such as Suffolk Community College, BOCES, Fidelis Health, Allied Physicians Group, Central Corazon, PAL, and Catholic Charities will be in attendance. Riley Avenue is also looking forward to our Great Kindness Challenge during the week of January 22nd. In our special education department, elementary special education teachers have received SPIRE training as well as kits to implement the program for students who are below their expected reading levels. In Pulaski, all 1511 teachers have received training to implement the specialized reading program. In the middle school, SPIRE is being implemented as a related service to adhere to student schedules as well as their grouping by level. For the first time, all students in the 811 and 1211 setting in the elementary schools have programming known as Unique. It has 3 levels of differentiation and can meet the students where they are in order to be successful in their IEP goals. A sweeper position has been implemented to ensure compliance in timeframes for IEPs. To remain in compliance, every IEP will be tracked following a 2-week timeframe for finalization. This position will also track all related services and all AR meetings to ensure compliance. ICT training is being provided to general and special education teachers at the high school through New York Therapies. And moving on to the Department of SEL, EML, Special Programs, and Community Outreach. The department recently launched Riverhead Central School District's Parent Cafe. The plan is to have a series of engaging workshops in collaboration with community organizations designed to empower and support our parents. A monthly parent newsletter will provide information on upcoming events and workshops. The first Parent Cafe workshop will be held on Wednesday, January 17th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in the high school library. The topic is foundational skill building and occupational development programs. Attendees will have the opportunity to obtain digital certifications and explore valuable skills and development programs that enhance their professional growth. All workshops are free. And finally, the DEI Subcommittee for Community Outreach and District-wide Events recently convened to plan for the district-wide Black History Month celebration on Thursday, February 15th. The theme for this event is African Americans and the Arts. The DEI Professional Development Subcommittee also met to discuss various professional development opportunities for teachers and staff, including district-wide learning walks as some of our district-wide goals. And now our other co-president, Mr. Charles Gassar, is going to come up as well.
Thank you, Mr. Rotkamp. Good evening. There's one item that I wish to comment on tonight. I'm speaking to each of you this evening wearing 2 hats, both as the Director of School Counseling as well as an elected leader within the Administrators Association. Since last school year, the district office formed a grade weighting committee that was tasked with studying our district's no harm policy and Regents exam weighting. The no harm policy, for those who may not be aware, was a policy adopted by the Board of Education which stated that students enrolled in classes that conclude with a Regents examination would not have the Regents score counted against a student's final average if it would lower his or her final grade, and it complied with the special appeal policy that was enacted by New York State. The special appeal policy enacted by the state said that the passing grade on a Regents exam was a 50 or higher. It was designed to transition students back to taking Regents exams after the COVID statewide school shutdowns and interruption of in-person learning. Prior to the shutdowns, in our school district, Regents grades always counted as 20% of a student's final grade. In essence, it was a 5th quarter. Like everything, it has what many see as an upside and to others a downside. The special appeal has since expired, and passing grades for Regents exams are now 65 for most students, with some exceptions. The result of the special appeal was that it had lowered the passing score for all Regents exams from a 65 to any grade between 50 and 64. Although the grade weighting committee began meeting last year, I was only invited to attend at the beginning of this school year. Therefore, I only had the opportunity to sit through one working meeting prior to the vote. The result of the vote was that the group was split and could not come to a majority opinion. This was because the secret ballot offered several choices, including grade weighting percentages, as opposed to a straight up or down vote to support or not support the no harm policy. Personally, I found that marrying two such important issues for the district on a single ballot to be confusing and complicated. In any event, the results are to be shared with our Board of Education members, and then after going through a policy committee, a final decision will be made as to the future of the Regents' weighting and the no harm policy. As I stated earlier, I'm speaking to you this evening wearing two hats. Serving in these roles, I have had conversations with my department members across the district as well as building level administrators. The sum of those conversations leads me to my purpose this evening. I would like for all of you to be aware that every secondary level guidance counselor, middle school and high school, as well as every secondary level building administrator, middle school and high school, unanimously support maintaining a no harm policy. Meaning, a student's final grade in a Regents course would not negatively affect his or her Regents score that was below their 4-quarter average. I'd like to restate that for full effect. 100% of the conversations I had spoke in a unified voice that we should continue the no harm policy. The Regents score would only be averaged if it would benefit his or her final grade for the course. In other words, an exam that is only indicative of a one-day performance of a student would only be calculated if the student performed on a one-day exam to his or her best ability. Instead of a poor performance, no matter the reason, a few hours negatively impacting the student's full year and possibly resulting in the student's failure of the course. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gassar, and thank you, Mr. Rodkamp. We're going to move on to opportunity for public comment. Do we have any in-person comment? Let's see Ms. Balder's hand raised. Come on.
Buenas noches a todos. Soy Kimberly Wilder. Vivo en Osborne Avenue. Tengo una hija de 6 años. Conversando con algunos padres que conocí en el parque y en la biblioteca, especialmente en Statsky Park, han comenzado a trabajar junto con mi empresa familiar al área de Riverhead Información sobre Escuelas, Riverhead RASI, para encontrar juntos formas de compartir información sobre los programas escolares de Riverhead y mejorar las escuelas de Riverhead. Hello, my name is Kimberly Wilder. I live over on Osborne Avenue. I have a 6-year-old daughter. Some of the moms and dads I met at the playground and library, especially at Statsky Park, started working together with my family business, Riverhead Area School Info, Riverhead RASI, to think about ways to share information about Riverhead school programs and to try to improve Riverhead schools. Algunos de nuestras ideas como mejorar la oferta bilingüe en la escuela Roanoke Avenue se han iniciado en el distrito. E informar a todos sobre los servicios del distrito, como que el preescolar es gratuito para niños de 4 años, UPK gratuito. Some of our ideas, such as improving bilingual offerings at Roanoke Avenue School, have been started at the district. Some of our ideas have been as simple as letting everyone know about district services, such as our wonderful free preschool for 4-year-olds, our free UPK. Durante las elecciones de la Junta Escolar y la votación de la primavera pasada, nos dimos cuenta de la necesidad de que las personas que asistan a estas reuniones de la Junta Escolar se les debería de dar la traducción simultánea al español. Es importante especialmente porque muchas familias en nuestra comunidad hablan español y también 50 o 60% de los estudiantes son latinas. Se debe de dar la información en su propio idioma y tener estas reuniones donde se toman decisiones presentadas tanto en inglés como en español. En juntas escolares anteriores ya tomaron la decisión de agregar subtítulos en la reunión para satisfacer las necesidades de las personas con discapacidad auditiva. Ahora necesitamos llegar a esta otra gran comunidad, estudiantes y familias cuyo primer idioma es el español. During the school board elections and the voting last spring, we realized how many people agree that these school board meetings should be simultaneously translated into Spanish. It is important, especially since many of the families in our community speak Spanish, and also 50 or 60% of our Riverhead students are Latino. It makes sense to give them information and power by having these meetings where decisions are made, presented in both English and Spanish. Previous school boards have already made the decision to add closed captioning of the meeting in order to meet the needs of people with hearing disabilities. Now we need to reach out to this other big community, students and families among us whose first language may be Spanish. Riverhead Rasi apoya la idea de trabajar arduamente para garantizar que todos los comités y grupos de trabajo que ayudan a administrar nuestro distrito incluyan personas que representen la diversidad cultural y lingüística. No debería ser solo el comité de diversidad el que sea justo, equitativo y diverso. Riverhead Rasi supports the idea of working hard to make sure that all of the committees and working groups that help run our district include people and parents that represent cultural diversity and language diversity. It should not just be the DEI and Diversity Committee that is fair, just, and diverse. Si creen que es justo que estas... Yes.
Ms. Wilder, your 3 minutes are up.
Well, since I had to do it in Spanish and English and you don't have a translator, I would request that I could read the last paragraph.
We just like to make sure that other comments from the community are able to be read first, and then
sure.
you're welcome to come back up.
Oh, sure, thank you. But if anyone wants to do something like this, at the next meeting, I hope everyone will come read in English and Spanish. You can ask your friends to translate as I did.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have any other in-person comments before we go to online comments? Seeing none, do we have any online comments?
The first one is from Mitch Hagler from Riverhead. Dear BOE, as many of you are aware, the Riverhead Town Board has taken steps via code to create a family-friendly zone in downtown. You may also be aware that firearms businesses are not currently included on the list of what is excluded from the zone. Thus, one has allowed to open and will soon be moving to a much more accessible and visible location on West Main Street, less than a half mile from Roanoke Avenue Elementary School. This is not a Second Amendment topic, but rather where such businesses should be situated in town. The town has zoning laws governing placement of bars, cannabis stores, adult entertainment venues, hazardous materials manufacturing, etc. I encourage the BOE to take a position on firearms business zoning. And there's one more.
One more?
When we find it, go scroll down. Okay, this one is from Cindy Clifford, also from Riverhead. Given great concerns over student safety, the work that Riverhead School District does to educate and protect the student body, the new storefront firearms store is an inappropriate addition to our Main Street district. This is not a pro or anti-gun stance, but rather the fact that a highly visible gun store is not a fit with our collective goal for a welcoming community gathering place. As current zoning permits firearm retailers, we would request that the Board of Education support restricting additional firearm businesses in this highly visible, pedestrian-friendly downtown neighborhood. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. That's it for the online comments? Thank you. Any other public comments? Ms. Mulder, you can finish them.
Thank you so much, Mr. Palmer. And I might say, if we did translate these meetings simultaneously, we might rethink the 3 minutes. It's hard to get a lot into 3 minutes, but especially if somebody was doing the two translating, it might make things longer, but I think it would invite more people to the meetings. Si creen que es justo que estas reuniones se realicen en inglés y español, por favor, asista a la próxima reunión de la Junta Escolar el 23 de enero y a las reuniones posteriores y haga sus comentarios y anuncios en inglés y español. Y luego solicite, pida o exija que el distrito traduzca simultáneamente estas reuniones de la Junta de Español. Es lo justo. Y existan leyes y políticas a nivel estatal que dan el derecho de exigirlo. Muchas gracias. And then, this is my last one, and that translated, if you believe in the fairness of making these meetings happen in English and Spanish, please come to the next BOE meeting on January 23rd, and the meetings after that, and let the people lead. We can make our comments in English and Spanish so that our friends, neighbors, and community members can hear them in their first language. And then please ask, beg, or demand that the district simultaneously translate these board meetings into Spanish. It is the fair thing to do, and there are laws and policies at the state level which may make it required. Thank you so much. Thank you for the extra time, Mr. Palmer.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wilder. And we'll definitely have the conversation about increased accessibility for languages. Do we have any other public comments? Yeah, absolutely.
Is this on? Great. I want to just take a moment to thank our pre-kindergarten teachers again for the presentation. That was really wonderful. And also for the dedication that you bring to our youngest learners. Dr. Kerner has pointed out that Dr. Hudson, through creative scheduling, was able to utilize members of his physical education staff, the music staff, and art staff at no cost to the district to provide these youngest learners with those opportunities that our older students also have. So we want to acknowledge Dr. Hudson for his creative scheduling, and for all of you for the dedication and commitment that you bring to the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pedsich. We're going to move on, actually, to a recess to executive session to discuss the employment of a particular person. Can I get a motion to re-enter into executive session? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Scudder. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion carries at 8 o'clock. So we won't be returning back into public session, but thank you all very much. We're going to be back on January 23rd for our next Board of Ed meeting. Thank you.
Please help support the Riverhead Central School District YouTube channel by subscribing. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to push that subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications. Thank you.